Well, how do there, chumsters? I, Captain of the Steve. Now, I just need to set some autopilot coordinates. 1 second, people. I'll be right back with you. There we go. And up we go. And I'm back in the room. There we go, peeps. Heck yes. Anyways, first time I've done this. Yeah, I swear I'm losing the plot. The longer I do this content creation malarkey, trying to think of something new in the way of presenting info to you. Yeah, it gets more crazy, doesn't it? Day by day. Well, hello there, Marilyn 420. Yes, autopilot is now engaged, people. It should, hopefully, take me from this trading post over to, I think I set it to go to the space anomaly or my freighter, one or the other. It might change course halfway through because I really couldn't make up my mind. But anyways, I'll let that go because I've got some speculation for you. So I need to engage my where's the bloody button for that? Oh, it's behind me, isn't it? Let's go hit that up, and that should hopefully bring up my laptop screen. Boom! There we go. On the opposite bloody side, though, people, of my ship. There we are. Everything's in reverse, isn't it? Yeah, lucky I've got one of these dash cams. Putting dents in my freaking ship and that. Anyway, people, let's have a look where we are with our speculations. Let's just scroll on down. So this is where it all kicked off. Was when Sean Murray put out his 7th anniversary video, people. As you know, I didn't do like a thank you Hello Games video because we didn't have anything from the old Murray to even acknowledge that he was alive or still working on the game. This is the sort of thing that I wanted to see, so I could reference it and say, here we go, look, it's a fantastic year, something's in the pipeline. It came after I'd done my thank you video. Anyways, who have we got inside the house before we move on and start doing all sorts of other shenanigans? We've got Marilyn, first in. Hello there. Miyogi, Slutamondo. I can see you're in the waiting room, Miyogi. I haven't quite jumped into the actual meeting place myself yet. Oh, look, it's all see-through and that. Look, there's my hand. Isn't that cool? Anyways, we've got Blood Dog in the house. Hello there. Darkstar Sierra. Welcome. The Structure, awesome content creator. Does some lovely editing. Go check out The Structure. Also done a great speculation video. We're going to get to all the people that I've shared speculation videos for this time around. Okay, so this time around, Shaun of the Murrays dropped that trailer, and at the end of the trailer, it came up with the word echoes to signify what's happening inside of the verse. So, yeah, pretty darn freaking interesting, because he doesn't often do it this way, people. He really doesn't. Have I not got no music playing? Hold on, let me see if I can fix that. 1 second. Let's just stick on some old Winamps. Yes, let's get the Winamps going, people inside the viewerverse. That's going to take a little while to kick in, because it's got to come from the past. There we go, let's hit play on there. Lovely jubbly, we've got some Winamps going. I put the volume up just up to say 3. No, 3, I want 3. Oh, it goes from 2 to 4. Look, I want 3. It's not bloody happening. Right, okay, fine, it'll go on 2 then. All right, you know what, we'll have it on 2, but then what I'll do is I'll just turn that down a little bit there. Hopefully that's okay for you people. There we are, some lovely relaxing speculation musics. Anyway, so yeah, Echoes was at the end of that trailer, people, and that's where craziness ensued, because, yeah, there were kind of emojis there. There's question marks. Is that an emoji? Don't really know. Anyway, so I've done this poll to say, do you think it's going to be an expedition or an update? Now, people have hit me up with comments and said, Steve, the list that Sean Murray has put that in, none of them are expedition names. There's nothing there when it comes to expedition names. Singularity wasn't listed for a frickin' start, Steve. No, so they're all updates. So that made me think it must be an update. And a lot of you, 55% of those that voted, and there was 249 that voted, so 55% said a massive update and expedition. It's the anniversary. You're frickin' right, my little chums out there in the viewerverse. Heck yes, you are. So yes, I'm going with that. Yeah, we're locking that in. Big update, and hopefully alongside an expedition. Right, we're scrolling up. Here we go. Sorry, members, went live right away with this one. Had to, really. Freaking as soon as that trailer dropped, content creators left, right, and centre. Bang, bang, bang. With the trailer and a little bit of a synopsis. So I've done something similar. Trailer, a little bit of synopsis, a little bit of, is it going to be an expedition? Is it going to be an update? That sort of thing. Heck yes. Anyways, scrolling up, we've got this poll here. No Man's Sky's Echoes, when do you think it will release? Now, this poll perhaps depots updated today, perhaps next week, which is this week. We might see something happen this week. 44% of people think something might happen this week. I think maybe Wednesday of this week. And if it doesn't happen by Wednesday this week, I think it'd be Wednesday of next week. People inside the Viewerverse. Yeah, I guess. Anyways, so that's that poll. Pretty darn sweet. And going up a little bit further, I put out my thoughts on what Echoes I think it is. And the main things that I've said to take away is new space station shells, because we're seeing those in the game files, more lore and perhaps missions around the construct. And since we've got the construct sitting there, you'd think perhaps we might have to do more for them. I'm thinking maybe go on a few more missions, get a few more Echoes or something along those lines, because at the moment he's just coming out with random garbage. I'm hoping that he gets wired into some AI or something, gets a bit more intelligence going there. More ARG clues, kind of a written thing, because Sean Murray says that it's part of a 4-part arc and we're on part 3. More on the Void Mother. Yes, that could be on the cards, couldn't it? More on the Void Mother. I mean, Void Prime, Void Mother. She's been mentioned a heck of a lot. Perhaps some factions and raids of sorts, only because of the 2 desks and because of the 2 heads. We got the Crimson and the Atlantid. Are there going to be factions? New space station interiors. So we're getting exteriors from the game files, and at the moment you know that ships clip the side rails and all sorts of stuff. It only makes sense that they might add in better interiors. Also, when we're doing these expeditions, the amount of times if I leave multiplayer on and I go to fly in the space station, I just bounce off the front because it's full of other players. I think it needs more landing pads. Okay, so yeah, the use of station overrides, they've been teased in game for about 2 years now, people. So I think they're going to be given some sort of use. I did a video earlier on what I think they might do, converting Space Station A to Space Station B types inside of game. Don't know. They do like to hold on to their older content, don't they? It's like the old space stations and now the abandoned space stations, but they're still there. Multiplayer fixes and jetpack trails. Well, we know the jetpack trails are coming after these little holographic emotes that no one can see in multiplayer. So yeah, we're going to get jetpack trails. Hopefully they can be seen in multiplayer. The old ones can, so I wouldn't think why not, but you know, the emotes, we can't see them. And that's like poxy little things. Okay, I did a No Man's Sky Echo speculation video where I went to town with a little bit of speculation, so much so I decided to wear a tinfoil hat for that episode, people. If you haven't seen that one, go check it out. Heck yes. Let's see who's just joined. We've got Daniel Hipley there. We've got Manila London, my missus. My missus is here. Hello there, Manila London. Do you like me flying around in the ship? This was actually her idea. I made a video on my phone of me flying around in my ship, and she's like, oh, that's a good idea. You ought to do that. Here I am. Heck yes. Brilliante. Shiny red flag. Hello there, Shiny. Loving your animated gifs you keep doing and tagging me in on Twitter. Makes me smile. Buck 3000. Hello there. Welcome, welcome. Momentum Orphanson. Hello there. Chemical 917. Coanus. Does anyone else remember the old lore from the monoliths about the Great Sentinel War in the distant past in game? Yes, you can now hit on up inside your catalogue and look at all your lore. So yes, you can go revisit it all anytime you want. I don't know whether it builds on previous or whether you're going to have to go visit them again, but it does catalogue it now anyway, people. Lovely jubbly. My phone just vibrated. What's going on there? Has somebody just sent me something? Something interesting? Let's just have a quick gander. What's going on there? Nope, it's just my bruffers. I'll check that out later. Righto, Daniel Hipley, Type B, yes, Space Station, Ernest Crane. I would love to see them put in abandoned stations to use as base for us. Heck yes, there's a lot of speculation. I'm loving your ideas. What I would say, people, is although it's put it in live chat, it can take a while for that to process. If you've got really good ideas, slap them in as a comment as well. You have to sort of, it's a bit fiddly, but I'm sure you can do it. You can work it out. Stick it in as a comment, all your ideas as well, people, because then everyone sees them. Heck yes. Anyway, scrolling up, I've done another poll. How do you ho Thundercats ho? I've got Thundercats sword on my freaking wall. Yeah, I do love Thundercats. It was supposed to be hope. I don't know whether that was me doing a shite typo or whether it was my computer just being a git. No Man's Sky Echoes delivers the most into game. Yes. How do you hope? No Man's Sky Echoes delivers into game. Okay. So more variety to planets and flora. AI to NPCs, better missions and solo experience, factions rework. Well, this was quite sort of neck and neck. Apart from the factions, we work to multiplayer missions. Now, I'd imagine the reason why that's low is because one, Switch players don't even have multiplayer, so no one on Switch in their right minds is going to vote for that one. And multiplayer has been broken for the last, 2 years or something. I think most people turn multiplayer off now, and I would really like to see that reworked. I would like to see factions come in. I would like to see new missions, and I would like to see multiplayer actually freaking working just as much as some of the other things there. But then again, ship customization and station overrides, and actually, yeah, faction sod it, 10%. There we go. Oh, we just got somebody subscribed just there, right on my dashboard. Yeah, lovely, cool. Hello there, Dragon Sire. I'm sure you was already subscribed, Dragon Sire. I'm sure I've seen you frequenting the chat quite often. Go on. Well, if you have been frequenting the chat quite often and you've not hit subscribe already, please do, and hit that notification bell. Lovely jubbly. So then I done an early access sort of thing for members around echoes and just reminded people of the new NMS radio station. That's my doorbell. Yeah, that broke immersion, didn't it? Fudging heck, you couldn't script this stuff. It's probably Amazon delivering something. I got this doorbell from Amazon. It doesn't shut up for a good 10 minutes. Sorry, people. Right, let's scroll on up. We've got another poll here. What do you think is least likely to be in No Man's Sky? It's Echo Update. Least likely. Least likely. Fully working shipyards, bays and construction for ship customization. Least likely at 52%, people. And as much as I want to see ship customization come in, Echoes doesn't really spell out ship customization, does it? So I wouldn't get your hopes up for that one. If it's there, it's a freaking bonus. Yeah, done my weekend mission run, done it twice over, because the first one I done, the audio was cack. I shared out Scottish Rod's theory, because he noticed that the E's in Echoes matches the actual font of the movie Megan, which is about a crazy AI that goes mental. So, could we end up with crazy mentalist AIs inside a game? It could happen, people. It could happen. Anyway, scrolling up, I put out a little sort of like a little bit of a mini list here, didn't I, peeps, inside the viewerverse? Yes, I did. Of all the things that I was hoping to put inside of a video. Some of that I've actually put in a video now. Some of it's inside of this video now that we're talking about right here. So, yeah, there's a bit of that. I do hope that they finish off the Ariadne storyline. I'd like to go and rescue her from a dark freighter. I really would, people inside of the viewerverse. Let's jump on over into the actual poll. Let's make it a bit bigger on screen for a second, peeps. Boom, because I think my autopilot has finished there. So let's just go on to the visualizations. Let's bring that up. Lovely jubbly. We've got a bit of visualization going on inside of the Tooniverse. Awesome. I guess, and scrolling up a little bit further. Now, Ghostlight. Ghostlight, if you're watching, mate, your video is freaking awesome. I used to do stuff like this where I used to go over to different screens and consoles and bring up different views and walk around my freighter. I need to redo my freighter. I'm missing a trick there. I used to do actual other reviews of games inside of my own little man cave, inside of my freighter. I had my own little man cave. I need to get all that set back up again. I used to love doing reviews with EXO, giving a score and stuff. I used to do heavily edited videos back in the day, but since I've got OBS and I've got all these lovely little transitions and you can just click a button and move around, I just love doing the OBS stuff. But yeah, I do want to do some more edited content like yours. Anyway, your speculation, sir, there's some lovely ideas there. So something that Ghostlight picked up on, which I didn't have a freaking Scooby, didn't even cross my mind, was he looked up Echoes and No Man's Sky, Waking Titan. Back in the Waking Titan days, there was actually a website set up, a spoof one, called Echo. Yeah, and the idea is it would be for relatives to upload sound clips of their deceased relatives or whatever, and it would make an AI version of them that would then talk to them and give them a little bit of sense of solace. Yeah, helps with the grieving process, all that sort of shenanigans. There is actually a website in real life now, 7 years later, that actually freaking does that and puts up an AI image of them as well. It's freaking spooky. But anyway, yeah. So his idea was, and his speculation, is what did they do with all these echo recordings of the deceased? Could that be all in loop 19? Could that be what these shells and these echoes are? Are they echoes of deceased people in real life? Fourth wall stuff. Yeah, actually. Look, got goosebumps, got shivers talking about that one, because that one was freaking awesome, Ghostlight. Heck yes, nice. So yeah, Ghostlight, go watch his video. It's really nicely done, really well edited, great stuff. So then I've done another poll just on sort of like space stations, A and B overhaul. Do you think it's going to be an overhaul? The ones that run, this one was a bit of everything of the above. So people are hoping to see space stations A and B overhaul. Factions added in, 7% again. Alternate realm, Void Prime versus Corvax Prime, only got 7%. But then you got more lore around echoes and ARG progression. 30% wanted that, but 43% want a little bit of everything. And I must admit I'm in that camp as well. That's kind of why I stuck it in there, because I think all this is kind of a given. I think that's the direction they're going in. I could be wrong. I mean, all we've got is the word bloody echoes. And how many videos, how many polls have I made on one bloody word, echoes? This game's going to put me in a freaking straitjacket, people, one day. They're just going to find me in a corner of some padded cell in my later years, and it's going to be down to this. It freaking is. All right. Okay, cool. So then I put a massive, great big, that I can't be asked to read myself because dyslexia and that. Yeah, I do have problems reading, honest. I do. Okay, cool. So let's go on down. Some missions as lore and story in game, 7%. All planet style and vibe to some systems, heck yes, 17%. Reduck of expeditions anytime. Because I've done them all, that one doesn't overly appeal to me, but I can imagine a new player coming in and seeing people with all this awesome gnarly stuff like golden vectors and frickin' awesome armor suits and strange pets that they ain't got. They're going to want all that stuff. So that makes sense too. The Void and Realm of Glass come into the universe, 18%. And then all equally as likely and like them all equally, 38%. So a lot of people would like all of that to happen. And I must say, let's just keep our fingers crossed. If we get maybe 3 of those or 2 of them even, it's freaking awesome. If we get the full freaking Monty, it's bloody amazing. Heck yes. Anyway, so done a few videos around the No Man's Sky Echoes. I have a playlist. I put everything in a playlist so far. Even this video's in that playlist. So there's 6 there now. Lovely jobs. Oh, Meme Machines has become a subscriber. Meme Machines, I'm sure you was a subscriber already. Just check that you actually subscribe. Oh no, hold on. He's not a subscriber, he's become a member because Shiny Red Flag has just gifted 5 memberships. Shiny Red Flag, high five. Pow, thank you. High-fiving myself. Where the fudge is that straight jacket? I need one. Anyways, thank you very much, Shiny Red Flag. Salute, Mondo, and thank you for all your animated GIFs as well. Double thank you. Heck yes, I did a video on these animated GIFs. It's just a shorts though. Now we've got the structure. The structure is inside the live chat right now, people. If you haven't hit on up the structure, again, a lot of editing, a lot of time goes into those videos that the structure's putting out there. I'm hoping that the algorithm catches him and shares him out a little bit more. I've already put him and Ghostlight over to No Man's Sky Assistant app, and I believe they've been put on the No Man's Sky Assistant app now, so you can find their videos there as well. But yeah, awesome content creators, great stuff, really liking what they do. I'm fans of theirs, and hopefully they're fans of mine. I think the structure has actually become a member now, so welcome aboard the structure. Heck yes. I've done this video from this guy, Starfield Skeptic. It's worth a mention, because he's also compared bits to No Man's Sky and stuff in there. So go check that video out, because if you're interested in No Man's Sky and Starfield, it's a great video. Hold on, let me just mute this for a second. Sorry about that, people. I had a tickle in the throat. Cured it with a little bit of Captain's Brew. John McKnown just donated $10 through Super Chat. Thank you, John McKnown. And okay, the tea didn't fix that. And pressing mute took a couple of attempts. Sorry, people. Dancing Lemon. Very cool. Yeah. I can't edit live videos either. Hopefully you've had some nice music from the Winamps during that coughing fit. Anyhow, next up, we went over to this, which John McKnown over on Twitter hit me up. And said, Captain Steve, when you go to abandoned stations and you look at the abandoned station, it's got question mark, station, question mark, which is pretty darn freaking interesting. It says SPAC station. In fact, let me show you the image because it's easier. Look, there you go. That's what it looks like. SPAC station. Yeah, I don't even think I could get that through a profanity filter, even if I tried. But it's in game. There it is. Anyhow, so there's that. And when you fly into the abandoned stations, it said welcome home, and it said that for a good many years. So I'm wondering whether they've had this update in works for a good number of years. And there you go. James McKnone hit me up. So thank you there. James MC hit me up. James MC hit me up. Heck yes. And yeah, so that's that. Lovely jubbly. So I put that there. I did intend to make a video, but I went off and I made a big mock-up instead. I made a massive, great big mock-up that I stuck on Reddit. I don't know whether you guys seen it, but I've done a whole video on that. I uploaded it earlier today. If you haven't seen the video that I uploaded earlier today, that's one to watch. Heck yes. Yeah, thank you very much. John McKnone. I'm getting my Johns mixed up. James MC and John McKnone. It's the Mucks. Yes, heck yes. Okay, created a post on Reddit for what we'd love to see. Oh, this is it. Yeah, I'll just show you the mock-up quite quickly. I haven't actually checked in at Reddit to see how many people... Oh, it's got 10 upvotes. 10! Heck yes, that's probably a record for me. But there you go. It's a massive, great big mock-up, and I've done it in the patch notes style, even thrown in some E3 Dippelendos. Heck yes, I did. And I threw ship customization in for good frickin' measure, and going into the void for raids and all sorts of other shenanigans. Yeah, hopefully we've had some good feedbacks. I mean, some of these have already upvoted. You can see the Red Turks. This is part 3, maybe 3 and 4, the expedition, but ARG almost definitely would come into this update. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't. Very good point. Heck yes. Lovely jubbly. So yeah, I could continue over there, but I'm not. No, we'll carry on up here. Coolio. So from the back of that, just to sort of give a summary of what that mock-up is, abandoned systems gain robot NPCs, because at the moment those abandoned systems have got no NPCs, none at all. Even if you go down to a trading post, no NPCs. If you go to an archive, no NPCs. So I'm thinking in those abandoned systems, if we do something, repair the station perhaps, remove some infestation, maybe do some sort of mission there, or do the bidding of the Void Mother perhaps NPCs will appear, but they might be the robot NPCs that the Structure done the video on a little while ago. Yes, he's very good at sort of putting things into game from the game files as the Structure. So yeah, go check him out. Abandoned stations can be repaired and the echoes restored to AI NPCs. There's been some mods, like in the Matrix demo, where AI has been given to the NPCs. You can go over to them, talk to them, free headset, and they talk back. They talk back. They actually answer, which is pretty darn sweet. So I'm wondering whether we might see something like that happen with these robot AIs, and perhaps they're all connected to the same convergence. So they've all got the same Vox-like voice. You know, like a robot sort of emulated voice, like the ones I usually use for EXO when I'm voice acting for it. So I'm wondering whether that might become a thing, you know? So after repair, stations become Station B style. So you know the new stations that we found in the game style, perhaps they replace the old stations, Void Mother stations. And then that way, also using the station overrides also converts them to a B style. So the old style is the Atlas style. The new style is going to be the Void Mother style is what I'm thinking. And maybe we're going to help sort of populate the universe with more Void Mother stations, robotic NPCs, and perhaps robotic fauna on planets with the old style of planets, because I've also put that there. Planets in these systems gain old terrain styles and textures and colours. More droid fauna added in these systems. I think I've worked out what's making me cough, people. My missus is actually cooking something with a lot of ginger and garlic. I can actually taste it in the air right now. It's that heavy. And it's actually sort of stinging my eyes as well. So that's fun. Yeah, okay, coolio. So let me just have a little pause for a sec. Let's have a little swig of tea. Keeping that in mind, Korvax Prime used to hold all the Korvax echoes, so the update story could revolve around the echoes. They lost... Ah, sweet. Okay, yeah, that's a point, isn't it? You know what, let's jump back into our spaceship. Boom! And let's take on up again. Let's go for another little flight, shall we, people? Okay, cool. So the question marks are not for the update and not linked to the abandoned systems. Okay, so yeah, this basically is, what if those question marks aren't for echoes? Maybe it might be a hint at what the expedition's name is. So these are just some fun little polls that I've done towards the end. So based on sound here are my top 5. And the one that's won out is Distortion. I think that'd be such a cool name for an update. especially since we've got echoes and we've got all this harmonic stuff going on and dissonant systems. Distortion is quite a good one. I was also thinking Vox, if it had a lot to do with the AI sort of voice. Reverb is actually, if you look up reverb online, it comes up. What's better, reverb or echo? So I thought that one would be the most popular just because of that. But distortion sounds like something that Hello Games would use as an update name. So that was all the ones based off of sound. Then I put up this one based off of strangeness, like, you know, the singularity or transhumanism, all that sort of stuff. But I also went for puzzles. So alternative names for puzzles, quizzes and mystery. Sphinx apparently is. Cipher, well, ciphers, there's all sorts of weird ciphers with decoding things and decryption. Oracle, which I thought was quite cool. But the one that's won is Enigma. I'm sure they were a pop band as well, weren't they? Yeah. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. I think that was one of them. Mystique 4. I know, Voice of an Angel. You come here just for No Man's Sky content. You go away with so much more. Heck yes. Anyways, last one was to do around with like droidy type stuff and singularity. So Cybernaut. That didn't do too good, did it? That got 0 votes. Synthwave. Well, it got a few more. Transcend 58, and we did get one with 0, which was a Nanomuse. I've never heard of Nanomuse either. I jumped over onto ChatGPT, I'm not going to lie, and I asked it, I said, look, the last update was Singularity. What do you think, in the same vein, would it come up from Hello Games? And it came up with these, and I was like, all right, I don't know what half of them mean, but I put them there anyway. Transcend, though, I know what Transcend is, like Transcension and all that sort of jazz. Yeah, it's usually got religious connotations to it, like the rapture. But that one, or Synthwave, I think Hello Games could quite easily use either of those as names. But yeah, pretty awesome stuff there, people. Pretty awesome stuff. I have a feeling that Echoes is going to be a way for us to use and bring back some of our race back to life, says Haru, Evening Tide. Maybe. This is what I like about frickin' speculation. It can be anything, really, can't it? Anyways, let's bring up the old Discord, shall we? There we go. There's Discord over there. I better go and jump inside of my Discords. Let's get inside. Oh, we've got the structure there as well. So if I jump into here, boom, and I better turn my camera on, might as well, mightn't I? There we go, preview camera. And yes, turn on camera. There we are. Chickaboom. That sort of breaks the immersion sort of side. So I'm going to jump on over to my Discord sort of view now, people. There we go. Chickapow. That makes it a bit easier for you guys to watch. And yeah, I better bring in these peeps, I guess. I better get my headset. Where's my headset? Here's my headset. Lovely jubbly. And then I'll be able to hear them. And I'll bring in both of them at once. Here we go. Let's get him. Move to Monday's Mendemer's Mooch. And we'll bring on over the structure as well. So there you go, people. If they've got webcams on and all that sort of jazz, hopefully you're going to be able to see them and hear them, but maybe not. Oh, there we can see Miyogi. Oh, we can see the structure. Hello, lads. You all right, guys?
Hey.
You all right?
Hello, people in the bus.
Welcome. Hello, the structure. Hello, Miyogi. So, the structure's quite new. Is it okay if I go to the structure first, Miyogi?
Yeah, go to the structure, of course. I don't have to eat the others.
Sluttermunder. Another fellow cap wearer. I used to have one of those Starfield projectors for my background as well. It was like a little astronaut, and I could position his head. But it kept getting me in the eyes.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why I position it towards the wall so that way it just bounces off.
That's a clever idea, rather than putting it in your face. Yeah. Well, welcome anyway, Structure. I really liked your video with your speculation, because you don't often do the speculation, do you? Or
No.
No,
because usually, for the most part, people already talk about this stuff, so I lay low.
Yeah. How'd you find it though? Doing a bit of speculation. You look comfortable doing it.
It was fun. It was fun. I do it all the time for other games like Fortnite. That game's got an even more complicated lore than No Man's Sky, but I do it all the time for that game. So I was like, you know what? Let me try to bring some different ideas to the table, and hopefully I did.
Brilliant. I'm just going to give you guys a little bit more volume. Do you want to try talking again?
Testing.
Yeah, you're in the yellow now. That's a bit better. And what I do
There we go.
is I just turn down my Winamps to 1 now. Oh no, that's 0. We want a little bit of sound. Come back. There you go. There you are. So temperamental is Winamp. Kicks a llama's butt still though, doesn't it? Really? Yeah. So, Miyogi, What have you got for
Yes,
us?
sir. Well, I've sent you over a few pickies of your. You wanted some information on what I predict to be in the new expedition. You have You have two pickies.
Okay, you're gonna have to remind me again. Where do I find this inside of this
You
bloody
find
program?
them in your message. Your messages to your personal messages.
Direct messages. Oh yeah, you've got a new logo. That's what threw it. Okay, here we go. The Helpers Party. Righto.
That's the new wiki page, which we're going to talk about. But there's two pictures above that you should have.
Okay, yeah, you got some little droids that you've managed to get to appearance. Oh, and he's holding the pole, the one that the structure unlocked.
Yes.
You got him on freighters.
Yeah. Oh,
We've
so it
got
was
them
that
on
one.
Yes, we got them on the freighters as mods. We found the mod. Our team found the mod file. We can now on the PC produce them in the freighters.
Cool. Can you publish it on Nexus Mods?
It's an actual, just a line of code that just needs to be put into the thing. We will work on it. If
cool.
it doesn't come into the thing, we promise we'll get them in. But both robots can be now put onto you as freighter crew.
Does the man spider, does it have all the animation to its legs, or does it just slide around? It actually walks.
No, it walks around.
Ah, okay, because I've seen people that it's bugged out and they've got them on their freighters, but they don't actually walk; they just slide.
Whatever character you put it on, it will do what it says it will do. But they're at the moment they're bridge crew, so they're static. Anyway.
Oh, okay, they're static anyway. All right, fair enough. All right, coolio. And then you got a load of GitHub stuff you sent me. What's all that all about?
The GitHub stuff is this little tool that I've just been explaining to the structure, which is this program that I don't know if you want me to talk about it or not.
It generates a portal code, right? You put in a word and it generates you a random portal code.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. You demoed it to me earlier, peeps. It is quite nice. It looks quite good. But I've already got a random portal generator that I use on the old No Man's Sky app. But yeah, it's still kind of being worked on, but it looks like it's almost there. So yeah, you'll do a video on it at some point, won't you, Miyogi?
We will do, yeah. It's basically you type in your name or Captain Steve or whatever, and I can't guarantee it's 100% correct. Or you could have the turd. If you want to type in the word turd, just as a joke, it will generate the turd system. And you can go to the turd system if you want to. But seriously, if you have a name of a person and they create a hub or they create a particular name within that galaxy and it works, and it should work, you can then go to that person's system with those portal addresses within that galaxy without any problems.
Okay.
That's the main premises of what we're trying to do. We're trying to get it so there's no this randomization or predictability. As Structure was saying, he was saying that what you were expecting, that's what the galaxy map would do, weren't you, Structure?
The Atlas Galactic map.
Yeah, this will basically allow, if you put in Galactic Hub, if the Galactic Hub are built bases in the system called Galactic Hub, it will take you to the Galactic Hub portal addresses and it take you straight there.
Cool. Well, that sounds good. All right, fair enough, Miyogi. Cool. And Structure, what are you hoping to see come into the verse from Echoes?
Honestly, to be honest, Captain, just some endgame content. I want to be able to do something in my main save that is enjoyable, that isn't repetitive, and honestly, probably raids. I love doing raids in Destiny, so raids in No Man's Sky would be just as awesome.
Well, okay, cool. Sorry about that. Yeah, raids. So they used to do, They used to do a weekly one, a daily one, and you always had something to work towards. I know it was just light level, and then as soon as another update come out, they jumped everybody up to that light level that you just worked your ass off for, which used to really freaking annoy me.
Yeah. I don't play Destiny 2 anymore. It's just a microtransaction hell now.
Yeah, it does feel that way, doesn't it? But,
yeah.
So yourself, Miyagi, what would you like to see come into the game through Echoes?
It's got to be the space stations, 2 years and multiplayer. Space stations have got to be on, those tantalizing tidbits with the randomized He's lighting himself up.
Yeah, well, I'm seeing the structures. I've got to raise the bar.
I'll fire it. I'll change it up in a minute if you don't watch it.
Disco.
I'll be playing Oh Help Me Obi-Wan Kenobi is my only hope. Right. So the tantalizing bits that we had previously were the random generated space stations. Now, if we can get what you've always been searching for, which is the key code or the key for unlocking the space stations, that would be brilliant. So if that could be done, and that is about to be done, that would be brilliant. But it goes back to basics. It's making multiplayer functional. You know what as Structure said. They broke it in fractals, so therefore it needs to be rectified. You know, they need to go back to basics and rectify these things, which are being an impact. Not all the bugs, but some of the key ones.
It's something that I saw in the comments on my polls and everything else, because I haven't read all the comments. God, we'd be here forever if I did. But somebody actually said, well, maybe Sean Murray done that thank you video and showed all the updates apart from Synthesis, because that's why they base this theory on this, is because Synthesis was a polish update, where all the rest of them weren't polish updates, they were just actual proper updates. So maybe they're going to go back and re-echo and visit every single update and polish it and give it depth. So we're going to get a whole new version of No Man's Sky that's got freaking depth to every element. And I thought that was a good idea.
That's a great idea.
I can't remember.
What is it? What is an echo? Yeah, what is an echo? It's a repeat of somebody's voice. Repeating a voice is keeping it to its narrative. It's an echo. It's yodeling. It's a repeat. Sorry, because he's gone googly eye. Stretches out.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant.
I'll do it properly. I'll do the signal or
don't give up the day job. No, don't. Please don't. No, keep away.
Back. You know, I always like to make light of things, Captain.
Yeah, so, no, I didn't mess with you, Miyagi. I love the way you are. Don't ever change. It's freaking awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyway, what was you saying?
Misunderstood by many, but
carry on.
Just see.
What was you saying? What was the point that you were making? About echoes, what an echo is. Yes.
The echo. Yeah, it's a repeat. It's a sound wave. It's in its basic form. It's many things, but it is a repeat of things. So you're quite right. A repeat of what has gone on in the past. You know. Yep. It could be a new echo to go forward to the future. It could be perceived to be that as well.
Oh, talking of which, I've only got one of my garden lights on. I need to turn on the other garden light. Now I've got two garden lights. Yeah.
I was going, my garden lights have gone, Steve's gone.
My electric bill is just the old meter. Yeah. Oh, well. It's worth it, isn't it? Yeah.
It's worth it, yeah.
But yeah, so there's lots of things that it could be, these echoes, like two factions as well. You know, we've got the Elanted Head, we've got the Crimson Head. So it could be that they're going to pair off. We've got the Atlas, we've got the Void Mother. So we've got two sort of poles there. This whole Jashin and Boaz type stuff going on, you know. So yeah, echoes within the universe. There could be an alternate universe added in. You could take it the whole freaking whole, couldn't you? You've got the normal dimension, parallel dimension. The void and the realm of glass has been heavily hinted for frickin' years, and we know that Artemis has gone missing in there, Ariadne, Astera, Narcissus, loads of them have gone missing in there. We should be able to go in ourselves. Might not ever come back, but
I wouldn't mind that.
If it's endgame content, which is what I really think we need. I mean, the balance of the game is so weird. At the moment, new players coming in are overwhelmed. They've got so much to do, they don't know what to do first. And then you've got endgame players. They're like, right, well, I've got S-class everything, but why? Well, why do I need it? Because, I can one-shot a Sentinel. And what makes me laugh is you got the 4-star rating, and then you got the 5-star rating, and the 5-star rating is exactly the same as the 4-star. Add in something bigger.
It's the same thing, except they just drop a walker. Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Yeah, the second walker. Yeah, I do like the new spider tanks though. They're cool.
I love those. The only thing I wish that the walker could do is actually like stomp on you instead of just walk around.
Yeah,
That's it.
That'd be,
Like
yeah,
just stomp on you.
do your damage. So that's something else you've got to watch out for. I mean, it's going to weigh a ton. That's a good point. You know, you can get thrown around by a tornado. Why can't you be stomped on by a blinking walker?
Right.
And that's another thing. It's like the sandworms. Yeah? I would much rather do combat and die against a sandworm than have a meteorite hit me on the head and kill me or get hit by lightning. You know?
Right. Like
Yeah.
I want a chance to get devoured by a sandworm while I'm fighting it off instead of just having it fly in the air.
Yeah, I mean, you know they're going to be on infested worlds. If you don't want to fight a sandworm or encounter one, don't go near an infested world. I mean, they're sometimes rare on other planets. You know, they're well signposted. But they could signpost them more, like when you scan a planet, it could say aggressive fauna. You know, so you know not to, because it already says aggressive sentinels. They could add in a whole load of awesome fauna. I mean,
That would be awesome.
can you think of a single space film that wasn't awesome, that didn't have massive megafauna in? You know, got rancors in Star Wars and all sorts of giant fauna in Star Trek. But
Giant sandworms in Dune.
Heck
like
yes.
the list goes on.
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm hoping we see some of that come in. That'd be awesome. Miyogi, you got any other wishes?
Yeah, Walter Fisher makes a remake, comes back, the Forbidden Planet. We have that glowy creature in No Man's Sky, you know, the one that glows, the creature, a bipedal creature. We want something menacingly monstrous, you know, a glowy static creature, something really, really to get your teeth into. What you were saying, a real rancor type creature, you know, that's what we want. So, a real battle beast, you know.
Got a rancor over there. Yeah.
Well, going back, I played a game called Star Wars Galaxies, which is still going today, because people have said that what's going to happen to No Man's Sky, they're going to pull the servers or this, that, and the other. And a select number of people are still, to 2,000 people, are still playing Star Wars Galaxies to this day. And you could ride Rancors. You could tame them as pets. You could get Komodo Crate dragons as pets or ride them. So that was done in 2003. If that was done in 2003, then why can't it happen in No Man's Sky? Why can't we have these battle beasts, you know?
You know, something I would like from like the Star Wars universe is like Beskar armor. You know, like the real shiny reflective ones. We've got all that shiny textures now in No Man's Sky that reflect. They could give us some awesome like textures that we could apply to our ships and to our exosuits and to our multi-tools, and proper Beskar armor ourselves up. But not only that, I'd like to see a Tron set as well, because you know when you go in the Nexus, you've got all these piping and all these neon lights. How cool would it be to have a suit that matched the Nexus, you know? Oh, that'd be
and
cool.
the lights are customizable too, to whatever color you want. Oh my god!
I knew you'd like the lights. So we both like our lights.
We love the lights.
This young man was telling me in the chat that he wants to get into welding, and he was interested in building his own armor set. And then he said, I would really like a Korvac set. I said, I need to put you in touch with Starman73, because he's built a Korvac, didn't he? He stunned us all last year at the meetup.
Yeah, he 3D prints
Didn't
it
he,
all.
with his
It's mainly plastic that uses, but it's awesome. Yeah, he's done some real sterling stuff. Yeah. So
What's he dressing up this year? What's he
I think
dressing
a
up as
Gek.
this year?
I think he's been working with
Gek.
paper mache this year to make a Gek head, is what I saw. I don't know whether that's legit or whether he's just sort of spinning a yarn and going to turn up as someone else, but yeah, who knows? Should be fun. Anyway, Structure, anything else you want to see come into the game?
I want to see the Void come into the game. I want to see those stations, and I'm thinking, going back to the factions thing, that whatever head was chosen more is going to be the more dominant race of constructs in these stations, or in the Void.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Which head have you gone for? Which one do you like the most out of the two?
I like the Crimson a lot, just because when you look at Interceptor, when they introduced the harmonic camps, they used the Crimson head as the icon.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that would be cool as a helmet in the game, and they did it. So I was like, okay, that one immediately.
Yeah, I liked the Crimson one as well, for similar sort of reasons, actually. The only reason I like the Atlantid one is it looks a little bit like the head of that droid out of Star Wars, the female one that got the AI put in the Millennium Falcon. So I do like that one as well. But because I've already done all the Atlas story arc, I'm worried that if you stay with the Crimson, you're just going to see a repeat of everything we've already seen. But the Elanted Head might give you the story arc, so I might end up just running around with the Elanted Head if it gives us some new lore.
Maybe.
We'll have to see. It's a little speculation, but I love this sort of time. I know that modders love this time for another reason. Because it's so dead, and Hello Games haven't touched the game for ages, all their mods are stable, and they've got them exactly how they want them. And as soon as a big update comes up, they've got to redo all their mods, and they hate them. Some modders actually don't like update times, because they know for the next, 3 weeks, it's going to be broken to fudge, which is another thing. I think we're guaranteed to get bugs. So people out there in the Viewerverse, back up your save files in whichever way you can, either on USB or update them to the cloud. Make sure you've saved, and make sure you've protected whatever you want. And what I would say is save in a station, somewhere in a space station or something. Then again, that's what I usually give as advice. But if we have a space station overhaul, that might not be the best advice. Shite! What do I give as advice?
Save on the ground. Save on the ground.
And find your least complex base, one that was only just about uploadable, and save there or something. Yeah. On a barren world. Just not an abandoned system, because they might get an overhaul as well. It's trying to guess the most stable place to make a save. Which isn't the Nexus, by the way, people, if you're wondering, or your freighter. Oh, God.
You probably wouldn't even want to land on a planet just in case they do another reset. Nowhere it's safe. Safe nowhere. Just save in space.
Yeah, you saved at your base and it ends up engulfed in a volcano. Yeah. Because they've changed the planet. Yeah, which has happened to people. There's no safe places anymore, is there? There's not, because anything could happen. Just make a logical decision. Save somewhere where it's not too complex, where you're fairly faithful that it's not going to change. There you go.
Imagine you save inside of a station, and then you come back a few hours later when the update happens, and you're like, where am I? It's just completely different. The station interior is huge. It's just
you've just
be
touched
so
on
lost.
something there. It's just made me think. For ages, for as long as I can remember, after we got the free races, the Viking, Korvax, Gek, there's nothing that really tells the space stations apart. It'd be nice to go in a Gek space station. It's super lavish. They've got little spawning pools in there, some freaking hooker pipes and stuff. All the stuff that you would associate with the Gek, and Geknip growing in little planters everywhere. So it's a Gek station. You go in a Viking one, they've got all bones hanging up, all the trophies that they found on planets, all the creatures that they've culled and stuff. Proper grah. Really awesome, with weapons on the walls and multi-tools. Yeah, go in there.
I mean, you look at the settlements, and I mean, even though they just use different like structural parts, like the Gek use wood, the Viking use stone, and the Korvax use metal. It's just simple stuff like that. Yeah, simple material changes.
Replicated in the stations. Yeah, that's the most basic. Yeah, but Korvax could stay the way they are now. It looks quite clean and clinical and scientific. Just add a few more machines in that room that does freaking nothing. Make sure each of the stations has got something excellent in there. It'd been cool to open up a door and just see a load of Geks in the spawning pool in their bathing suits. Or am I alone on that one? No polls. No.
I think it would be cool if you went to a Korvax station and they're just filled with server rooms. It would just be a massive server room across the station. That would be so cool.
That'd be cool. Something I've noticed, in the abandoned stations, when you go into the abandoned stations, they're covered in slime. They're all broken to fudge. But the Atlas card free doors, when you open them, they're clean and pristine and everything's untouched. It's almost like the Atlas has protected those Atlas free doors. I really wish that the Atlas Pass free, because it's a high level pass, actually gave you something worthwhile in going in there. You go in there, there's a couple of fucking plants. It's like, what? Give us something awesome. A brilliant module, a new jetpack trail, or something. Yeah. Best car armor. Yeah. Something worth having that pass, Again, it comes down to balance. I would like to see everything rebalanced. So.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just having a look at the live chat. Have any of you guys seen anything in the live chat? Anything come up that's taken your fancy that you feel needs to be spotted or read out? Tolstar. I really hope the player character finds a way to communicate with Talamon, which could turn them into an actual character rather than a robotic voice in your suit. Echoes relates to sound.
Ooh.
Well, the thing is inside of No Man's Sky, you've actually got a speech-to-text feature that used to work. So if I had my mic turned on, I could talk and it'd appear in the live chat over at the side of the screen. That used to work. It doesn't work anymore. And I'm wondering whether they're going to repurpose it so you can talk to these AI NPCs and get those interactions coming back. And that would make sense to why it doesn't work or hasn't worked for a while.
Yeah.
There's no reason why they couldn't make it so it works with Exo. That would be freaking epic for doing my little adventure videos. Oh, I'd love
That's
that.
a good point. That's a very good point.
They usually break something when they're fixing something, don't they? So,
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
So some of the recent patches has been around haptic feedback for PC. One of the best weapon modules for haptic feedback is the flamethrower. If you use that on a PlayStation with the haptic feedback, it's really cool. So I think the incinerator.
I didn't even know that was a thing until you pointed it out. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Wasn't this added like years ago? And they have haptic feedback in it, but it's still not out?
They accidentally
So
put it
weird.
in there, a bit like the
Yeah,
station.
you just threw the code in.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's cool. Silent says it doesn't take long anymore to Mbing compiler gets updated very quickly now. That's good to know, Silent, because I know that
Yeah, it's
Monkey
a
Man.
good,
Yeah, the old
yeah, it's a
Mbings.
good one.
Yeah,
Silence been very kindly been working with Mr. Negative on some of these mods, and I do thank him for his time and his input on getting some of these things into the file. These very, very wise words. They're very humble individuals. It's like Mr. Negative said about the the portal generator. He said, I don't want my name on it. I said, put your name on it. Get your name put on it.
Definitely.
Because it said you've done the work on it, so I'm not taking the credit for it. He says, well, mention it to Captain Steve. I hope I've explained it in the best possible way. So, but I was just pointing out one from Wargiver.
Go on.
While I do not think we will get it with this update, I hope we will get more dungeons like abandoned freighters. If they do customization to appearance of ships and freighters and unique parts.
That would be so cool to board an actual freighter after you've taken out all the guns. It'd be nice if you could go on there and actually do combat against some of the NPCs, and these robot NPCs could serve that purpose. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And we all know that Ariadne went missing aboard a dark freighter, so they could do a procedural dungeon with all these robots in there, and we find echoes of her, bring it back, and slowly reconstruct her and get the real Ariadne back as a collective. That could be cool.
What's
That would be
surprising
awesome.
me is why have they got this staff? Why have they got this battle staff?
Like a cattle prod. I don't know.
Well, it's not got a point. It's not got a point on it, but it's got this like staff. As if they want to do something serious. There are. We've not seen it before. We've not seen anything else carrying staffs around with them. So,
Well, that other
Yeah,
construct
so-
has got a big shoulder-mounted cannon, hasn't it? Yeah, it's got a big freaking Sentinel multi-tool on its shoulder.
yeah,
But like Null and Apollo, they've both got weaponized arms with guns built into their actual arms. So maybe they might be the antagonists. Maybe they're already helping the Void Mother. Perhaps maybe us putting freaking good old Artemis into this Ark thing has been helping them out somehow. Who freaking knows?
What have we been doing for 7.5 years? Dun, dun, dun. Answer the postcard. We'll show it through Hello Games' letterbox. We got these suggestions that we've got to do. So,
Okay. So now that we've put in quite a lot of hype, I'm going to put in some anti-hype now. Because
Okay, good.
I kind of think
yeah.
that Hello Games could do something bare bones minimum. It's like the Void Mother, they've already said, she's equally as omnipresent as the Atlas. What if the Void Mother appears in game as an Atlas station, but rather than being red, like the Crimson, it's just purple? There you go, it looks exactly the same, but it's purple lights, not red.
Same on the exterior, interior, just a purple.
yes, yeah.
You go down, it gives you some jibber jabber about how awesome the Void Mother is, and what to find at the center of the universe is unknowns. It could be.
Oh man.
It could be as lackluster as that.
I have a down theory as well.
Go on
What
then.
Echoes is going to be, they'll put reviving on the mics, so everyone sounds like exterminate.
Could be.
That's what Echoes will be.
I'll just make it super annoying.
You won't want to play multiplayer by the time you finish. That'll cure the problem.
The structure, you got anything to downplay it slightly?
Just a cosmetic change to the stations. That's it.
Yeah.
No new gameplay loops. No customization for ships. Just
the
just
outside shells that we've already seen.
that's it. With a very broken entrance.
To be honest, I hit up the mod for the actual station outer shells, and I played it for about maybe an hour, and I was like, wow, these are awesome. But then after about an hour, I started to see patterns in them, and I was like, okay, well, I've seen this one before. I'd already started to see repeats inside of the procedural generation for them. So if it was just that, it's going to make people go, wow, and their jaw hit the floor for the first half hour or so. And then afterwards, it's going to sort of die very quickly if that is the case, if it is just cosmetic.
They had a very small color palette too. It was just red, green, blue, purple, and then brown.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
It was very short.
I did like the hitboxes though. It was cool flying through all the structures and going through the back end.
Oh yeah.
And they've all got
Flying through the scaffolding and stuff too. Oh, that was so fun.
that is quite cool, isn't it? But it'd be nice if you could actually have dogfights there. If there was a reason to shoot the station to encourage them all to come after you in a skirmish. But it'd be cool if you could blow them up. I mean, they've all got engines in the back now as well, haven't they? So it almost feels like they've got movement, but they don't move. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they were to move, where would they move to?
I'm hoping jumpers into the freaking other realm, you know? You hit up the
like
station core, it takes you into the void or something. That's why they got the engines.
like the station core is secretly a dimensional drive and not just a power source.
Yeah.
That would be so
Well,
cool.
that's what happened in Babylon 5. If they want to take from Babylon 5,
Okay.
that's what Babylon 2, 3, and 4 did. They had to turn it so that it defeated the shadows. So they may be going into Shadow Wars. I'm an aficionado on science fiction, but to defeat the Shadow Wars, the Babylon 4 was turned into a dimensional time machine, and it went backwards to defend against the first Shadow Wars, so they could prepare for this Shadow Wars. So it could be that. It could be a station override. Could be a way to get into the void. It could. You want to put it in and go. "Diddle-diddle-doo, I'm taking you there." And you're gone.
This is a fun thing. It could, with all this just from one word, echoes. And look at this.
Right.
And it's every update that this happens. Every update. And
Every update.
it's a game of endless possibility with so much potential, and there's just so much that they could tap into, and they could go in any direction.
Yeah.
I wish I could work at Hello Games. I really do. It'd be awesome.
Captain Steve, the lead idea designer for Halo Games.
That's what
We've
I was
said
going
it
to
for
do.
years. We've said it for years.
Oh dear. What would you like to do for Hello Games if you could, then the structure?
I would love to just be a part of the level design, so making different terrains for planets, different variety, adding a bunch of new foliage, basically kind of like what Rayrod's doing for his multiverse mod, but with that for the vanilla game, so that way it's across all platforms.
Well, I've noticed that you're one of the first to get content out there when it comes to showcasing, say, the jetpack trails, or finding that NPC and getting it into game. Your channel was the first I saw that on. How hard is it to do that sort of stuff in the game files?
It really depends on what you're trying to do. So for that, when it comes to the NPC robot, Bomber Boy released a pack file onto Nexus Mods that immediately changed it. So I was able to do that on the fly and just record it. But when it comes to the construct set, and I got that 5 weeks before it came out on the expedition.
Wow.
So I was like, I might as well just show it with the NPC robot. That took me probably like 10 minutes. All I had to do was just add the ID into my known specials folder, and then it was in.
Okay, cool. A bit like what Mogi was saying earlier. And the jetpack trails, they still haven't got icons, have they? Or a write-up?
No, and with the jetpack trails, the thing is that I had to change the effect manually inside of the game's JSON file. So even if I added it into my known specials folder and it's already unlocked everything, they never showed up. The last contrail was the reality glitch. So I had to manually change it and find out the IDs. I tried electric, it didn't work. I tried elect, and then that worked. I was like, okay, that's weird.
Yeah, just use shorthand until you get it. Nice one.
Yeah.
Well, at least you did. That was actually harder to do than the NPC. Okay, I would never have figured, but I guess if the modder, that bomber boy, who's awesome, he was one that got all the station shells in as well, wasn't he? So great stuff. I have noticed, I've just been poxying about on my phone, sat camera over there, that this last, well, not the last, second to last emote is at 95% now. So hopefully it moves on to the last one. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after.
I think it's gonna be the same thing with the geometric cape when they release Fractal, because I remember it was at like 30-40%, and then when the update dropped, it immediately released. So I think that's the same thing that's going to happen with the holographic emote.
Yeah, it could just jump, couldn't it? Yeah, like you said, they tend to slow it down to give themselves some breathing space, because they know that people watch this as a measure of when something's going to drop into game. Because they've got to put in the descriptions, they've got to put in the icons for those jetpack trails, and as you've just pointed out, you had to actually monkey about with a load of freaking files. So they're not ready for our consumption yet, not by a long shot.
It just said icon missing for every single trail. No description. It just said UI text description. There was nothing.
Fair enough. Cool. Well, before we wrap this up, have you got anything else you want to add? The structure? Got anything coming on your channel that we should be aware of?
I'm going to be streaming the update a few hours before, and don't set speculation as expectation, okay? I'm tired of seeing people expect some outlandish stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just ideas until it actually hits. And it's a bit of fun, you know, because what I hope is Hello Games see these speculation videos and think, oh, so that's what they want. Okay, well, we haven't given it them this time, and it might happen. It might happen. It might not happen in the way that we envisage, but sometimes you get it delivered in. It's like I said, I'd love a way to shut down Sentinels on a Sentinel planet, but my speculation was a procedural dungeon, like a bunker that you go into and it generates, you go right through, and then you shut it down at the end. But I guess that'd get a bit boring after you've done it like 10 times or something. So they put in a pillar. It works. It does the same thing. You get a multi-tool. It's all right. Yeah, but they put it in. Well, that was speculation. So Miyogi,
I think they wouldn't do anything with bunkers because of the terrain. It'll just grow back.
Ah, true. Yeah, that's a good point. How about yourself, Miyogi? You got anything that you...
Just a couple of things. One is you asked the question to structure about what we do within the low games. What I would be is I'd be communication officer to sort out all the miscommunication that's gone on with people trying to blow up Hello Games, and I'd be the manager of communication.
You would be a good manager of communication. You would, yes.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's the title I would like if Sean's watching this. So give me that, and I would manage it fairly and make sure the sods didn't come out with bombs for your butterflies and poor flooding. He had the Moses 7 deadly sins descended on him on that release day, so poor sod. So, but anyway, going back to what you asked for the question, obviously the Guildford meetup, which we'll be doing the stream with the laptop, and it'll be a HDMI cable to the television, which they've been very, as it was Stuart, you mentioned, the manager.
Yep.
He's been very accommodated. So there's that 6 p.m. on Sunday. We go live with the virtual meetup, and R2D2 will be there. and I'll be streaming hopefully the whole event, and Ivy will be doing her little bit. And I'll just pass the camera around, and then the final thing is Starfield on the 1st at 12 o'clock on the 1st, exactly at launch time. I'm going live with as many people that want to take part, and you'll say, Miyogi go here, Miyogi do this, Miyogi do that, and I will just do it as long until I burn myself out.
And Structure, are you going to be covering Starfield as well?
Oh, 100%. I'm going to be there day -1. I'm going to be there like...
As soon as you can. Yeah.
I'm going to be doing the pre-release. Like, I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I'm going to be covering it, but I just need to see what my PC can do, because I'm worried about it streaming and playing at the same time, because I haven't got a separate streaming unit. It's going to be just one machine doing everything, and it's a laptop at that, an Alienware laptop, and it's kind of sitting just under the recommended, but it's above the minimum, so I don't know how it's going to fare. So
the only thing you could do, Captain, is potentially get an Xbox account and get the Xbox game, and then run the application on your PC.
Yeah.
But that still doesn't defeat the object of this thing. I know it's a bit of a thingy, but there will be an Elgato card there if you want one. It's an Elgato top prize Elgato S. It's the S series.
Cool.
I can't fathom the devil out, so that will be given away as a gift. So come along, you get an Elgato 70 quid capture card. Miyogi can't fathom it. If you
There's
can
only
fathom
one
it,
of them.
good for
People,
you.
one of them. Yeah.
One Elgato card.
I'm taking along 30 little No Man's Sky gift packs. One second, let me see if I can. Here's my box of goodies that I'm taking. So I've got that Burlo Games, which is like a placard thing that you scan and it plays music. Some postcards. I've got an ideas book. I'm going to take along Captain Steve's brew of tea. There's 10 of those in the raffle, going into the raffle. There you go.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
It's all freely, but this is the pièce de résistance. I made these little packs. They've got a card in there, Captain Steve card, but there's like a little diorama in there, an atlas card, and one of the portal dice, so you can do your own random portal adventures and stuff. It's a little gift pack.
That's awesome.
I've got 30 of them, but what I might do is keep 10 back, give 4 to, say, like Miyogi, Vanilla, one to Kurt, all the people that have helped this year, get one of those straight away, so they don't have to use their raffle ticket for one.
Bless you, Captain.
And then I was thinking of keeping some back for, the quiz, so the quiz prizes. So maybe only limit it to like 6 a team or 8 a team, depending on how many are there, and they get a guaranteed one. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Just dropped a load of
Because I've
stuff.
kept your wobbly one that from last year. You know, the one that because you had problems with your 3D printer, and it unfortunately broke, and it wobbles. The one with the Meetup 2000. I should really get some glue on it, but I don't, to be honest with you, because I'm afraid of it breaking. So
yeah, it's got some lines that weren't quite complete.
Yeah,
my 3D
still
printer,
up
it
there.
struggles when it gets over a certain height. So that's why I made lots of things that are small this year. But yeah, it's a good little package. Yeah, okay. Well, if we've finished talking about our channels and what's coming to our channels, I think it was probably a good time to end off. Is there anything else that you've seen in the stream that you feel in the chat that needs to be read out? Okay. Let's have a quick look. Okay. Yeah, 16 years. I hope it's not going to be 16 years before we get something awesome. Chris G.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 36 years old.
In 16 years?
Yeah.
Oh, you baby. Oh,
You're only like 20 then.
Well, I'm 19. I'm about to be 20.
My gosh.
You got a better beard than me. Fudging heck.
I've had
can't
this
even
since
grow a beard, and I'm 58.
I've had this since I was 13.
What the? Oh my days!
Yeah.
God. Okay.
Age is but a number, Structure. Age is but a number.
You just wake up with it one morning. Boom.
That's great.
Man.
So.
Okay. Well, God. Yeah, I pegged you at being in your 30s. Yeah, not as an insult sort of way. You look older. Some people take it as a compliment.
That's a compliment for me.
Okay, cool. Nice. Yeah. I had no idea. I thought you had been doing this a long time as well from your channel. Did you have any channels previous to this, or is this your first channel?
I did. It had 500 subscribers, but it was heavily botted, so I just deleted it.
Heavily botted?
Yeah, like, so I just got a swarm of bots that subscribed to my channel, and it got to 500.
Yeah.
But then when I started to take YouTube seriously, or a bit seriously, I deleted that channel and started this one.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I have heard that some people, to destroy channels, put bots on them just for that thing. If they see somebody as a threat, they bot them, which is messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube needs to tighten up their shite. I did see your post earlier, actually, saying that, you know, sometimes you get buried in the algorithm.
Yeah.
If you go to my videos and then sort them by oldest, just click on one of my old videos when I first started, and you'd even see that my old videos have got like 200 views, 100 views. And they don't pick up, because who goes back and watches all those old videos? That's the problem with No Man's Sky. Because it has so many regular updates, your videos are invalid a couple of weeks later. You know?
Yeah.
So it's a double-edged sword. It's a very difficult game to do content on. And it's like a roller coaster. An update, you get a peak in views. And then after the update, it drops off again. You just got to ride that roller coaster. Stick with it. Don't let it get to you, mate.
Yeah, like I just made a nanite guide, I think a week or so ago. They could easily add like 4 more recipes for nanites, and then I got to do that whole video again.
Or nerf
So,
it,
like,
which happens as well.
Or nerf it. Yeah, that's true.
Or they put in a toggle that lets you swap game modes and just get as many nanites as you want in 5 seconds. Yeah.
But my title word video is 6.7K's worth of views. It's gone up to now. It was 6.4K's. And that's not on active pets. We've just brought it back, but still people watch it. It's my most popular video.
Yeah, my most popular No Man's Sky video is me redoing my freighter. And when I made it, it was just a video that I casually put out there, and it's blown up. And like, I didn't put in heavy editing. I didn't really go to town with visual effects or anything. It was just me having a bit of fun. It's strange what hits the algorithm and what doesn't, and it can be all manner of things. Anyways, I'm going to end off now. What have we got there? Oh, somebody has put, at the structure, Dark Star Sierra, have you managed to find the keywords for all the images for custom text, like example image permadeath, which gives a skull in the text?
I have, but I didn't find it. I think it was just something I found on Reddit. But someone laid out a sheet of all the images and the color text. I think if you hit me up, I can send you guys a link.
Wow. You found somebody with kingship there. Daniel Hipley has also become a bearded chappie at 14. Yeah. I don't know whether that's lucky or a curse, because I hate shaving. It's all right if you like a decent beard, and yours looks pretty full on. Mine comes through in patches at times. It takes a while to get full. Yeah, but then I'm quite fair hair. You're dark, so. Yeah.
I just shaved it too, so it was all the way down there. And then like, I shaved it 2 days ago. I've already got stubble. It's crazy.
Oh, okay, cool. I just had images of you shaving it. It goes and then like no, straight back again.
No, I trimmed it.
Fair enough. God, that's not so bad. That's all right. God, there you go, people. I think we better end off. But yeah, it's been awesome having you here, Structure. Drop in any time, mate.
Of course, man.
Especially if you've got something on your channel that you want to put out there, let people know about. Yeah, I've been there where you are. It's fun being a No Man's Sky content creator starting out. But you have got other games on your channel, and you did mention Fortnite, so you got backups. Yeah. Oh, and you mentioned at the end of pretty much all of your videos, you end off with a RoboCop phrase. Do you do it on purpose?
Oh yeah. I didn't intend for it to be a quote from RoboCop, but after you pointed it out, yeah.
Serve and protect or something like that, isn't it? Or protect and serve.
Yeah, to protect and serve, I swap it.
That's it. Yeah. Are you going to get RoboCop for your channel?
The game looks very interesting.
Yeah.
I do want to play it. I really want to play it so bad, but I don't think I have the money for it.
No, well, yeah, that's Starfield has wiped us all out. I think that was not a cheap game.
No, it was not.
No.
I wanted to get the Constellation Edition because I wanted the watch, because the watch is just amazing. I love it, but I don't have $250 to blow.
No,
So,
I bought
only
the
100.
early access one though. That was still a lot though. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would have liked that watch too. Just gonna have to watch eBay.
It was
Probably gonna be
It was
bidding against
106
shit.
for me
Yeah.
because of the tax.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Where in the world are you? I mean, you got an aircon behind you.
Oh yeah, right there.
You're in
Oh,
a
you can't
warm.
see it.
You're in a warm country, are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm in Florida.
Ah, Florida.
I live with
You
I live with
Florida.
I live with the very crazy people in the very extremely hot region. It's crazy.
with all the fan boats and stuff. Right. Yeah. Oh, wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta be careful of crocodiles and alligators and stuff. Yeah. But you got the best
Yeah.
food in America. I'd love to go to Florida. Go to all your steak houses and your boil houses. Yeah, nice.
I've been twice in my life. All the NASA, saw the Kennedy Space Center twice. One with the Saturn V outside its housing, and now inside the museum that it's got. It was spectacular. And I saw it with the shuttle on the launch pad before the shuttle was shelved, mothballed. Oh, it was amazing place.
It's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, I'll have to get out there at some point. I've never been to the States. I need to go. Definitely need to go. Go and buy myself a nice cheap house in Detroit. Yes. Fix a house flippy. Captain Steve. Yeah. Nice. We got Adventures of Dread in the house as well. So Adventures of Dread is another small content creator, and she does some awesome stuff. I love her intro. It gets me tapping my feet. That one. It's a cool one.
Same. It's very catchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like gameplay without narration, but my personal taste, I like narration a little bit more because you get to hear some of the personality of the person playing. I hope you get a mic and do a couple of videos of mic up. But yeah, don't feel you have to just because I've said that, but I think it might help.
No pressure.
Yeah, no.
No.
No pressure.
Yeah. Anyway, take care, all. I'm going to get going. You going,
Yeah.
Miyagi? Yeah. See you
Yeah.
later, all. Bye, all. Bye-bye.
Good night. Bye.
Bye-bye, Captain.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.